it's my turn for the interview, and it figures nobody is here. That's convenient. I don't know what to do now. Got my questions, got my mic, but I got no interviewer. I know what I'll do. I'll interview myself. So for 62 episodes, 5 seasons of Mowing Pains, you've watched us do what we do best. That's put the blades to grasses. Now I'm here today with Mike Jr., and I'm going to interview him. For me, or I is him and he is I. So, you started working for Stu Care at the age of 14, and after high school you went away to college. What made you decide to come back and get more involved in the business? Well, that's a great question. There's several contributing factors, one of which being that when I was in school I didn't really know what I wanted to do for a living. And then I was working at a job at a restaurant down south, and it just kind of struck me one day that I didn't really want to see my dad's business kind of whittle away to nothing when he decided to retire, because that's what would have happened. This type of business we're in, you can liquidate the equipment, buildings, things of that nature, sell off your contracts, but the name and the notoriety at that point would have just kind of dissolved into history, and I just didn't really want to see that happen. So I decided to move home, get more involved in the business, and by far it's the best decision I ever made in my life until I met my wife and had kids and got dogs and horses, and that's about it. Speaking of Mowing Pains and the global phenomenon that it is, where do you see Mowing Pains in 5 years? Well, it is kind of crazy to think that it has been 5 years already. So for the next 5 years, I'm hoping to just continue to produce and punch out high quality episodes featuring great shots and great videos of what we do best. And maybe if we're lucky, one of these days, you'll see us on every TV around the world. Outside of Stu Care, what are your hobbies and what are your interests? Well, as I mentioned before, I am married to a lovely wife with 2 beautiful children at home, and dogs, and horses. But outside of that, I really enjoy motorcycles. I can thank my father, Mike Sr., for that. He got me started in motorcycles a long, long time ago. And I've had a few bikes over the years. So when I do get to ride, which isn't very often, I do like to put the 2 wheels down on the pavement and blast around some of the back roads with my buddies and ride the motorcycles. I enjoy going to the range and do some skeet shooting and some target practice. I enjoy guns. Other than that, I like watching Ohio State football and drinking beer. What is your favorite meal? I don't know if I can really narrow it down to one favorite meal. I like Italian. I like Mexican. I like a good old red-blooded American steak on a grill. But probably like my hands-down favorite, I would probably have to say anything my wife cooks. What is your favorite Stu Care memory? Well, there's a lot of them, being that I have been around for, well, let's see, I've been around for a while, not as long as some of the other guys, but probably one of my favorite memories was probably when I called Mike Sr. from Knoxville to tell him I was moving home to take over the business. That was probably my favorite memory, just because that's what he always wanted. And I was happy that I was able to finally provide that for him. Good question. Which pant leg do you put on first? I believe I'm a right leg first. I don't know why, but I think when I put my left leg first, it just feels plain weird. Favorite movie or show? Again, tough one to say because there's a lot of good shows out there. I really enjoy Tombstone, the old country western. I really enjoy that one. Let's see what else. Star Wars, the classics, Indiana Jones. Show right now where I'm really into is The Walking Dead on AMC. I can thank my brother-in-law and sister-in-law for that one. show about a zombie apocalypse was something I never thought I'd get into, but it's downright a darn good show. Last question for you, Mike Jr. If you weren't working at Stu Care, what would you be doing? Well, I would probably say, with my love of motors and engines and things like that, I would think maybe some sort of racing profession. That just intrigues me. I always have fun when I get to go fast, legally. So I think probably some sort of a race car driver would probably be what I would probably be doing the most. Well, we really appreciate you coming in, Mike Jr. Those are some great answers to some great questions. Hopefully you keep producing some great Mowing Pains episodes for all your fans out there. Well, that's the plan on anyways. So, thank you to all our LawnDog fans for tuning into Mowing Pains regularly. Keep coming back every month, and we'll keep putting out brand new episodes. And now, it's time for me to drop the mic. So, who turns off the camera? Oh, I guess that's me. This has been a production of Perfect One Productions. Stu Care.